I have not posted a video in a little bit. It hasn't been too long, but like I said, I'm still trying to figure everything out. I'm still confused on some things and I'm learning other things, but I thought I would make a video about my life so that you guys can understand me more and everything. So I was a teen mom. I got pregnant when I was 17, and obviously it was not planned, but it could have been prevented. But I'm glad it wasn't, though, because I'm very blessed with my life and how it is. But anyways, like I said, I got pregnant when I was 17 with my now husband, Chad. We met in 2011. We met in like June for the first time through some mutual friends, and he is a decent bit older than me. Right now I am 21 and he is 26. I don't know why I forgot that for a second, but anyway, he's 26, and like I said, there's a bit of an age difference, but we were happy together, so I don't think it matters. But anyways, we met back in 2011 through some mutual friends, and we just hit it off really well. And at the time, he was living in Tennessee and I live in Ohio, so we didn't get to see each other as much. He was working up there, so, and I was still in school. But when he did finally move back to Ohio, we spent a lot of time together and we made it official or whatever, and we were just really happy. A lot of people did not agree with our relationship, of course. A lot of it had to do with, for one, we were heavily involved in a church and they didn't agree with a lot of things that we did and everything, and then I ended up pregnant, so that wasn't so great to them. But I found out I was pregnant in February and I was extremely scared, but I had a lot of support from Chad, so I knew it was going to be okay. And my family was upset, but they weren't to the point where they were just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. But so yeah, I found out I was pregnant, and his side of the family was not as happy about it, but they just didn't know me, and obviously I was 17 and he was 22 at the time, so that didn't look very well. So it was kind of a big shocker to everybody, and especially being heavily involved in church. Like I mentioned, it wasn't, you're not supposed to have premarital sex. So, but yeah, I got pregnant, and literally a month later, well actually, let me rewind a little bit. I found out I was pregnant on like a Wednesday, and Chad came down because he lived like an hour away from me even when he moved back to Ohio. So he came down to see me on that Friday, and we went out to dinner and everything, and he proposed that night, and I was so excited. I cried and cried, but literally the next day he asked me to move in with him, and I was scared because I've never left home before, obviously, and I've never lived out of where I'm living currently. But I wanted to be with him, and I wanted to be with the father of my child, so I moved in with him, which was, like I said, an hour away from my family, which was extremely hard. So, like I said, we moved in together, and I had a really, really, really horrible pregnancy. And when I say horrible, I mean like I could not move out of bed. I could not eat. I lost a lot of weight at the beginning. Oh my gosh, I was miserable. So, being away from my family, that was kind of hard because where we lived, it was literally the smallest apartment you can think of. It was a studio apartment. I mean, I moved in with a single man at the time, so he, you know, it was literally one room. Our bedroom, living room, kitchen, bathroom, everything was in one small area. So all I did all day was lay in bed, which obviously is okay because I was so sick, but not having my family there, it was really, really hard. But we actually only lived up there for 6 months because we actually saved up some money, because I did not like being away from my family, and I think Chad understood that. So he decided that it was best that we moved where my family is at, and that it was just best for us because I was constantly sick. I was constantly in the hospital for certain complications, and it was just a lot easier for me to move back to where my family is. So like I said, 6 months later we moved back to where I live, and I was much, much happier. We actually lived with my mom for a week while we were looking for a house, but we ended up finding a cute little 2-bedroom house in a really good neighborhood, and we were really lucky for finding it in the price range that we were looking for. So we moved into our first house, and I was so happy. And like I said, a lot of people were still very skeptical, sorry, can't talk, but because I was only 17, but I was so happy. I mean, all I'd ever wanted in life, it sounds so weird, but so many people just want to go to college and do this and that. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be married. I wanted to fall in love and just have kids. That's literally what I wanted in life. I was so, like I said, I didn't plan the pregnancy. I really did not. But when I found out, I was not like, this is the worst thing in the world. It was more of a, you're starting early, but that's not super bad, you know? So I was excited, and over the time of being pregnant, like, even though I was sick all the time, I was so excited to be a mom. I literally could cry talking about it. I was so excited, and I still to this day am in love with being a mother. It's literally the greatest blessing ever. But anyways, yeah, we moved into our first house, and I loved it, as I keep stumbling over my words and going back and saying the same things. But anyways, we, like I said, my pregnancy was really horrible, and at 30 weeks pregnant, I went in to have just a routine checkup, and the doctor checked me, and I was dilated 2 centimeters and like 80% effaced, I believe. So I got put on bed rest, and it was rough because, like, I know you nest towards the end of your pregnancy, but I started like way earlier, and I just could not get myself to stay in bed like you're supposed to. I literally just, I shouldn't have, because obviously I needed to think of the health of my child, and I was, don't get me wrong, I was. But it was so hard for me to stay in bed because I just wanted to clean all the time. And really sad, the day that I was put on bed rest, the next day we were going to go have a 3D ultrasound, which was, I was so excited for, and it was an hour away. And I asked my doctor if I was still able to do that, if I like didn't walk as much and was real careful, and he was just like, no, you need to stay in bed, you're dilated way too early. So I was really sad about that. But anyways, I ended up getting off of bed rest at like 35 weeks because I wasn't dilated anymore, and everything was looking good and everything. But also around 35 weeks, I got some stress tests done just because he wanted to check up on the baby. Forgot to mention, during my pregnancy, I passed out a lot. Like I said, upon being sick all the time, I was in the hospital like literally at least twice a week because I kept having these pains, and the doctor or anybody couldn't understand what it was. But at like 31 weeks, let me rewind a little bit again. I should have wrote this down and went in order, but at like 31 weeks, I went to the hospital that I was having contractions, and they were like, oh no, it's way too early. But they hooked me up to a monitor and everything, and I really was having contractions, and that was not okay. But I was in there for like 2 days, and they finally was able to stop them. So that was good. But anyways, back to that 35 weeks, I was having some non-stress tests done just to make sure, you know, that everything was going the way that it should. And then I went in for an appointment at 37 weeks and 4 days. I was 37 weeks and 4 days. And the doctor did an ultrasound and everything, and he called me back literally like a couple hours after my appointment and said that my fluid, whatever's going around in there, my fluid was really, really low, and it actually wasn't really safe for me to go along with my pregnancy. So that he wanted to induce me the next day, and automatically I started freaking out. I mean, obviously I knew I was coming closer to, you know, me going into labor, but I did not expect it. And literally I just cried and cried because I had my hospital bag packed already. I had it packed since like 30 weeks because I was just anxious, but I was so scared. Literally, I remember calling Chad, but I was happy at the same time. I was happy because I was finally going to get to meet my baby boy. So I called Chad. He was at work, and he answered the phone, and I was like, are you ready to be a dad? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, are you ready to be a dad? And he's like, oh my God, are you in labor? Blah, blah, and started like sounding all hectic and everything. And I was like, well, he wants to induce me tomorrow. And he literally just like was so quiet, and he's like, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna be a dad tomorrow. So it was really cute. But he actually got off work a couple hours early because his boss understood, you know, we had a lot of stuff to get together. So he got home, and I remember us going to Walmart for a couple last minute things, and I remember cleaning his room like 10 times and cleaning the house like crazy because obviously I wanted to bring him home to a very clean house. But I literally remember cleaning his room like 20 times, and it was spotless, but I kept vacuuming and wiping down stuff. Sorry, my camera shut off for some reason. So anyways, back to the story. But yeah, he was just perfect, and we were so excited to finally be parents and to meet Caden. We named him Caden Blake, and that was like the only name we could agree on. So, but yeah, he was perfect. So we got to go home, obviously, a couple of days later and everything was literally just so perfect. I had a beautiful house, I had a husband, and I have my child, and I literally feel like life could not be any more perfect. And that is like, obviously we've had, you know, rough patches down, you know, with life and everything, but literally I still feel that way to this day, that my life is literally just so perfect. I mean, nothing's perfect, you know what I mean though. But Caden is now 3, and it's crazy. I really wish that I would have learned about vlogging before then. I mean, let me rewind back to that. I knew about vlogging, actually. That's how I finally got the guts to start YouTube. When I was pregnant with my son, I got on YouTube just because I was a teen mom, and I knew that there was probably other teen moms that were sharing their stories. So that's actually a main reason why I'm doing this. When I was pregnant, literally videos helped me out so much. I remember following Gabe and Jess, well, she's Jess Fam now, and all kinds of other YouTube mommies, and I still watch them to this day. Actually, I love it, and I have always wanted to do it, and I really regret not having the guts to do it back then, because I really wish that I would have all of those memories to look back on my son and everything. And it literally breaks my heart that I don't. I mean, I have videos of him, but I wish I would have vlogged all of these memories and everything. It's so amazing to watch. Like, literally, I love watching other people's lives. It's incredible, you know. You learn other parenting techniques, you learn things about what they use that you would like to use, just all kinds of stuff. So, but anyways, I finally got the guts to vlog. And like I said, I'm still learning, and I'm really scared most of the time. I'm doing a little bit better, but I always forget my camera because I'm not used to it. But I really wanted to do this. Like I said, he's 3 and everything, but I really want these memories to look back on. And I'm finally happy that I'm ready to do it and everything. And like I said, I'm still learning, but I think I'm doing all right or whatever. But so yeah, that is what I'm trying to do. I wanted to share a little bit about my story, but I'm still happily married, obviously. We're going on 4 years of marriage, and like I said, Caden is 3. We live in a different house. We live in a bigger house in a great neighborhood. Chad has a great job. I'm still a stay-at-home mom, and I plan to be for a while. We're trying to get pregnant, and that's going to be a whole separate other video. But yeah, Chad loves me being able to stay at home, and I'm very, very blessed to be able to stay at home. I know a lot of moms don't get the opportunity to do that, and I am so literally thankful for Chad and his job and everything to make it to where I'm able to stay at home. I worked for like 2 weeks. I lied. I worked for like 2 weeks, and I couldn't be away from my son. I could not do it. But I love being a stay-at-home mom. I love it. I love taking care of my husband. You know, he works long days and he works a hard job, and I love when he gets home, dinner is made, and I love taking care of him, and I love taking care of my son. So literally, I'm sorry about that. First my camera shuts off randomly, and then my phone dies. But I don't even know where I was at now. But anyways, I'm finally doing vlogging, and like I said 1,000,005 times, I'm excited to finally start this. Literally so excited. I have so many ideas to share with everybody. Oh my goodness, I love day in the lives and product reviews, and like I said, literally a ton. I have a notebook of a list of just all these ideas that I have, and I really hope you guys decide to follow me on my journey. Like I said, I'm still learning things, and I'm a rookie, or however, whatever you want to call it. Like, I didn't even charge my camera before I did this, but like I said, I have all kinds of ideas, and I really hope you guys decide to subscribe to my channel and give me a chance to show you guys that my life's kind of interesting or whatever. But we have a lot of fun. I think you guys would enjoy, and my husband is a cartoon. I swear, he's so weird. But and my son, my gosh, he is at an age where he's just got this worst little attitude on him, and he is literally hilarious. I bust a gut, if you want to call it that, every single time. He's so funny. But anyways, follow me, subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I do come up with. I'm going to try to share at least 2 a week. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this whole vlogging and trying to figure out certain times to film that works. Right now it's getting dark and it's a horrible time to vlog, but trying to figure out my video editing software and everything. But I'm trying, and I promise to do better. But subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a good day.